The journey from conception to birth is a truly awe-inspiring process. It is a testament to the incredible power of nature and the resilience of the human body. This remarkable transformation unfolds over approximately 9 months, marked by a series of intricate stages. Each stage plays a crucial role in shaping the developing baby, ultimately leading to the birth of a new life. This incredible journey begins with the union of 2 tiny cells, a sperm and an egg. These cells, each carrying half of the genetic material needed to create a new human being, fuse together in a process called fertilization. This momentous event marks the beginning of a new life. From this single cell, a complex and beautiful human being will eventually emerge. The journey from this single cell to a fully formed baby is nothing short of miraculous. It is a story of rapid cell division, intricate organ formation, and incredible growth. Throughout this journey, the developing baby relies entirely on its mother for nourishment and protection. The mother's body provides the perfect environment for this new life to grow and thrive. Join us as we delve into the fascinating world of prenatal development, exploring each stage of this incredible journey from conception to birth. We will witness the formation of the baby's organs, the development of its senses, and the emergence of its unique personality. Get ready to be amazed by the wonders of life unfolding within the womb. Fertilization, the very first step in this incredible journey, is a truly remarkable event. It is the moment when a single sperm cell, after a perilous journey through the female reproductive system, successfully penetrates the protective layers of an egg cell. This fusion of sperm and egg, each carrying half of the genetic blueprint, creates a single cell called a zygote. The zygote, now containing the complete set of chromosomes from both parents, is a unique individual with its own genetic makeup. This genetic blueprint will determine the baby's physical characteristics such as hair and eye color, as well as predispositions to certain health conditions. The moment of fertilization is not only the beginning of a new life, but also the establishment of a unique genetic identity. The newly formed zygote doesn't waste any time. It immediately embarks on a journey through the fallopian tube, propelled by tiny hair-like structures called cilia. Along this journey, the zygote undergoes a series of rapid cell divisions, a process known as cleavage. With each division, the number of cells doubles, transforming the zygote from a single cell into a cluster of cells resembling a mulberry, known as a morula. This journey through the fallopian tube is crucial as it allows the developing embryo to reach its final destination, the uterus. Along the way, the cells within the morula continue to divide and differentiate, preparing for the next critical stage in the journey, implantation. This is where the developing embryo will find a nurturing environment to grow and thrive for the next 9 months. As the morula continues its journey down the fallopian tube, it undergoes further transformation, eventually developing into a blastocyst. The blastocyst is a hollow ball of cells with an inner cell mass that will eventually become the embryo and an outer layer called the trophoblast, which will form the placenta. Upon reaching the uterus, the blastocyst encounters a thickened uterine lining, rich in blood vessels and nutrients, primed and ready to receive a fertilized egg. The blastocyst then attaches itself to the uterine wall, a process known as implantation. This marks the beginning of the embryo's close relationship with the mother's body, which will provide nourishment and protection throughout the pregnancy. During implantation, the trophoblast cells of the blastocyst burrow deep into the uterine lining, establishing a connection with the mother's blood supply. This connection will eventually develop into the placenta, a remarkable organ that acts as a lifeline between mother and baby, transporting oxygen and nutrients to the developing fetus and removing waste products. The process of implantation is not always successful, and many pregnancies end at this early stage. However, once implantation is complete, the embryo is securely nestled within the uterine lining, ready to embark on the next stage of its incredible journey, the germinal stage. This stage lays the foundation for the development of all the baby's organs and body systems. The germinal stage, spanning the first 2 weeks after fertilization, is a period of rapid cell division and differentiation. During this time, the implanted blastocyst undergoes a remarkable transformation. laying the groundwork for the development of the embryo. The inner cell mass of the blastocyst differentiates into three distinct layers known as the germ layers: the ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Each germ layer has a specific destiny, giving rise to different tissues and organs in the developing embryo. The ectoderm, the outermost layer, will eventually form the skin, nervous system, hair, nails, and tooth enamel. The mesoderm, the middle layer, will develop into the muscles, bones, circulatory system, kidneys, and reproductive organs. The endoderm, the innermost layer, will give rise to the lining of the digestive system, respiratory system, and other internal organs. During the germinal stage, the blastocyst also produces a hormone called human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG. This hormone is responsible for signaling the ovaries to continue producing progesterone, which is essential for maintaining the thickened uterine lining and supporting the developing embryo. The presence of HCG in the mother's blood is what is detected in pregnancy tests. As the germinal stage draws to a close, the embryo, now about the size of a poppy seed, is securely implanted in the uterine wall and its basic body plan is established. The stage is set for the next phase of development, the embryonic stage, a period of rapid growth and organ formation. Section 5. Building a tiny human, the embryonic stage. The embryonic stage, spanning weeks 3 through 8, is a period of remarkable transformation. During this time, the embryo undergoes rapid growth and development, with all the major organs and body systems beginning to form. This is a critical period for the developing embryo, as any disruptions during this stage can have significant consequences. The heart, the first organ to develop, begins to beat around week 4. The neural tube, which will eventually develop into the brain and spinal cord, also forms during this stage. By the end of week 4, the embryo is about the size of a lentil bean and has visible buds that will eventually develop into arms and legs. Over the next few weeks, the embryo continues to grow rapidly and its organs continue to develop. The eyes, ears, and nose become more defined and the limbs develop fingers and toes. By the end of week 8, the embryo is about the size of a raspberry and has a distinctly human form. The embryonic stage is a critical period for brain development, with new nerve cells forming at an astonishing rate. The embryo also begins to move spontaneously during this time, although the mother cannot yet feel these movements. By the end of the embryonic stage, the foundation for all the baby's organs and body systems is in place, marking a significant milestone in the journey from conception to birth. Section 6. Growing and thriving, the fetal stage. As the embryonic stage transitions into the fetal stage at the beginning of week 9, the developing baby, now known as a fetus, embarks on a period of continued growth and maturation. This stage, lasting from week 9 until birth, is characterized by the refinement of existing organs and systems and significant weight gain. During the fetal stage, the fetus's organs mature and begin to function more independently. The lungs develop air sacs, the kidneys start producing urine, and the digestive system prepares to process food. The fetus also develops a layer of fat beneath its skin for insulation and energy storage. The fetal stage is a time of incredible sensory development. The fetus's senses of hearing, sight, taste, and touch become more acute. It can hear sounds from the outside world, perceive light and dark, and even taste the amniotic fluid surrounding it. As the fetal stage progresses, the fetus's movements become stronger and more coordinated. The mother can feel these movements, known as quickening, usually starting between weeks 16 and 25. These movements are not only a sign of the fetus's growing strength, but also an indication of its developing nervous system. The fetal stage is a critical period for growth and development, and the fetus relies on its mother for a steady supply of nutrients and oxygen. As the fetus grows larger and its organs mature, it prepares for life outside the womb, culminating in the momentous event of birth. Section 7. The grand arrival, labor and delivery. After approximately 40 weeks of remarkable development within the womb, the long-awaited moment of birth arrives. Labor, a complex physiological process, marks the beginning of the baby's journey into the world. It is a time of intense physical and emotional changes for both mother and baby, culminating in the delivery of the newborn. Labor typically begins with contractions of the uterus, initially irregular and mild. but gradually increasing in frequency, intensity, and duration. These contractions, driven by hormonal changes, serve to dilate the cervix, the opening of the uterus, to approximately 10 centimeters, wide enough for the baby's head to pass through. As labor progresses, the amniotic sac, the fluid-filled membrane that has surrounded and protected the baby throughout the pregnancy, usually ruptures, releasing a gush of amniotic fluid. This is often referred to as the water breaking. The second stage of labor involves pushing, where the mother uses her abdominal muscles to help propel the baby through the birth canal. This stage can last from a few minutes to several hours, depending on various factors, including the position of the baby, the mother's strength and stamina, and the support she receives. Finally, after much anticipation and effort, the baby emerges from the birth canal, taking its first breath of air and announcing its arrival with a cry. The umbilical cord, which has served as the lifeline between mother and baby, is clamped and cut, symbolizing the baby's physical separation from its mother. Section 8. A New World, the Newborn Period. The newborn period, encompassing the first few weeks of life outside the womb, is a time of profound physiological and behavioral adjustments for the baby. Transitioning from the warm, fluid-filled environment of the uterus to the cooler, drier air of the outside world requires significant adaptations. One of the most critical adaptations is the establishment of independent breathing. While in the womb, the baby's lungs were filled with amniotic fluid and oxygen was supplied through the placenta. At birth, the baby's first breath inflates the lungs and the circulatory system undergoes significant changes to redirect blood flow to the lungs for gas exchange. Newborns are also challenged with regulating their own body temperature. Without the constant warmth of the mother's body, they must quickly adjust to the fluctuating temperatures of the outside world. Their skin, initially thin and delicate, gradually thickens to provide better protection and insulation. During this period, newborns rely heavily on their innate reflexes, such as sucking, rooting, and grasping, to navigate their new environment and interact with caregivers. These reflexes are essential for survival, ensuring the baby can obtain nourishment, seek comfort, and bond with caregivers. The newborn period is a time of intense bonding between parents and their newborn. Skin-to-skin contact, breastfeeding, and gentle touch help foster this bond, providing the baby with a sense of security and love as it adjusts to life outside the womb. Section 9. The adventure continues, Infancy and Childhood. As the newborn period transitions into infancy and childhood, the incredible journey of development continues at an astonishing pace. The baby's physical growth accelerates, accompanied by significant advancements in motor skills, cognitive abilities, language development, and social-emotional understanding. During the first year of life, babies typically triple their birth weight and grow about 10 inches in length. They achieve major motor milestones, transitioning from rolling over to sitting up, crawling, and eventually walking independently. Their fine motor skills also improve, allowing them to grasp objects with increasing precision and coordination. Cognitively, infants undergo a period of rapid brain development characterized by the formation of billions of neural connections. They become increasingly curious about the world around them, exploring their environment through their senses and experimenting with cause and effect. Language development flourishes during this stage, progressing from cooing and babbling to single words and eventually simple sentences. Children begin to understand and respond to language, engaging in back-and-forth communication with caregivers. Socially and emotionally, children develop a sense of self and begin to form attachments with caregivers. They learn to express a wide range of emotions, from joy and excitement to sadness and anger, and develop the ability to regulate their emotional responses. The journey from infancy to childhood is an exciting and dynamic period filled with wonder, discovery, and boundless potential. With each passing milestone, children gain greater independence, develop their unique personalities, and embark on a lifelong adventure of learning, growth, and connection.